Hello students, welcome 7th standard to English class by Mamta Shetty. We are going to start with Unit 1. I am going to teach you English Unit 1.1 Past, Present, Future. Before I start with the poem, let me say something about the poet. Always remember, always remember the name of the poem plus the name of the poet also. Here, the poetess is Emily Bronte. Now, who is this Emily Bronte? Who was this Emily Bronte? If you turn the textbook, you will find that a brief description is given about her. Emily Bronte and her sisters were well-known authors in the 19th century. All the sisters, they were very literally equipped. All were in the author, means they were writing literature, whether it's a poem or whether it is a story. They got this blessing from their father. Even her father, their father, this girl's father, were also a literary, right? So, this poem, past, present, future, it is in a conversation form. Here, the poetess asks the question to a small smiling child, the happy child, that how your past was there, how your present was there, and how your future will be. Now, past, present, future, you must have already learned in tenses. So, you know exactly what is past, present, future. If we are relating this past, present, future to your student's life, then standard 6th was your past, standard 7th is your present, and standard 8th is your future. So, this poem is in a conversation form between the poetess and the child. You will find that the poetess is asking the three questions. What was the past like? What is your present like? And what will your future be? These are the three questions. And in this poem only the small child, the smiling child, the happy child is describing how the past was to him, how the present is, and how the future is. Right? So this is a small introduction. Here you will find the poetess has used lot of adjective, rhyming words, even the figure of speech, which we are going to learn in detail. So let's start with the poem. 1.1 Past, Present, Future. Now this is a paraphrase which you can see in your screen, right? The poet asks the child who is smiling, what is the past like to the child, right? That is a question asked. So the first line in your first paragraph is a question. Tell me, smiling child, what the past is like to thee. There are many words which is like old English, huh, child? Right? So these are the answer. You just go through this paraphrase properly. The first paragraph 3 lines paraphrase, then the second paragraph 3 line like what is the present, and then the third paragraph this is the paraphrase of the third paragraph, that what is how the future, you see the future. So you just go through this, read this paraphrase properly, you will be in a better position to understand the poem. Once the poem start, I will start with the explanation. So now we are going for the next. Let's see. Now see here. You can see the smiling child. Yes. The poet is saying, tell me, smiling child. This is the question asked by the poet. What is the past is like to thee? Thee means you. So how was the past? An autumn evening, soft and mild, with the wind that sighs mournfully. Now you see how the description is given. I'll just pause it up here and see now. So what? The first two line is the question asked by the poet, and the next two line is the answer given by the smiling child. How was the past? The past was like an autumn evening. What is this autumn? Autumn is one of the season, right? Like that evening, it was very soft and mild, not very cold, very softly. And the wind that was blowing, now it signs with the mournfully, means it is very sad. Why? Because the past has already passed. That days are not going to come back, no? Child? Yes or no? Yes. So the autumn evening, how was the past? If you see indirectly, if you say that past was very happily, this was a very happy times. It was all the happy incidents has taken place. Very good memory, no hardship, and very mild it was. Very beautiful memories the child had collected, and it has now passed away. So here the memories is being compared to the soft evening that is of autumn, soft and mild autumn evening. And the wind which is blowing, it is shining very mournfully, expressing its sadness. Why? Because this past has already moved on, means it has gone now. So now you are what? You are in your present, right? So now when we go for, see, they have given the glossary and the meaning. This is the second paragraph. Tell me what is the present hour. How is your present hour? How is your now? So now you will find that how is your present. Let me pause it up and then I'll give you the explanation. See. So tell me what is the present hour. This is the second question asked by the poet to the child. So what answer the child is giving? A greenery and a flowery spray, when a young bird sits gathering its power to mount and fly away. Now here spray is not water spray, child. Spray means a small branch of a tree or a plant which bears the flower. See, you can see it is like this branch. You can see this bird. The young bird, it is sitting on a tree and is trying to collect the power to strengthen itself. Why it needs the power? So that it can mount. To mount means to get up. And why it needs that power? To get up and fly away. So what does this significance? What does this signifies? This line signifies that the poet is saying, asking what is the present, and the child is saying that how the flower, say the young bird sitting on a green and flowery branches, it is gathering its power to fly away in this whole sky. In the same way, at present, we all children are gathering the power or preparing for the future, because no one knows what the future holds, right? So here indirectly the child is saying that it is preparing itself for the future and it is gathering its power to mount. To mount means to fly or to get up and fly away. So indirectly the child is answering to the poet that we all the children in the present are preparing for the future, right? And now we'll go for the next. Let me start the play. Okay, now we'll go for the last paragraph of this poem, where the poet is asking the question. Let's see. 1 minute, hold on. I put the play. Okay, starting. Yes, it has started. Now the next question is, see, now you can see the question here. Let me pause it up, child. Yes. Now see, what is the future happy one? Now here see again, here one means the child, happy means the descriptive adjective it is given here. Happy one means the small child. So the poet is asking the last question, that what is the future? How do you see your future? So see the answer given by that child. A sea beneath a cloudless sun. So here the cloud which always come. You can see that when the cloud comes, you don't find the sunlight. It's a dark, gloomy day, cloudy day we say. So how is the sea you see? It's a very clear. Why we can see a water very clear? Why? Because there is no clouds forming on the sky. A sea beneath a cloudless sun. A mighty, glorious, dazzling sea stretching into infinity. So what does these lines are very important. You have to keep it in your mind. The sea which is flowing below the cloudless sun, and it is how it is. Mighty means it's having a great, glorious, powerful, dazzling, bright, and stretching means expanding. Infinity means no end. Means the future is like a sea where there is no cloud. The sky is very clear and the future is having a lot of challenges, and the children are ready to face these challenges. You can say indirectly the future is very exciting but challenging, right? I'll just start the video so you can see it up. See the sea, clear sea, right? Stretching it into infinity. You can see here. See, mighty means possessing great power, right? Glorious. You write down this meaning also. Glorious, glittery, dazzling, shining bright, infinity, having no end. So now this is a description of this Emily Brot and the sisters in the short which I have given. Here in this poem, the poet is asking the 3 questions and the child is answering the 3 questions. So today I am ending the first session of English here only. You children, it's a homework that you have to read the poem, write down the meaning, read the paraphrase thoroughly. In the next session, I will continue with the exercise. Thank you.